Oh boy, cringe.
Sorry, chat. I keep popping in because I'm gonna miss Hannah a bunch, so I'm trying to get all the cuddles and attention I possibly can.
Yeah, come here, bud. I know who you are, bud. I know who you are.
Is there any chance you would get me the other Coke that is in there? Thank you.
What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, what's your name? Mike, that's your name? Can you just do me a favor real quick? I'm not a police officer, right? I'm not a cop.
Yeah.
So I can't detain you or nothing. But can I ask you a couple of questions?
If you want, I mean, I don't know, are you filming me?
Yeah, I'd have to do it for my safety. Can I ask you some questions, though?
Go for it.
All right, well, basically, can I see your phone? Do you mind if I see your phone? Do you have Meet Me app on your phone?
A Meet Me app? No.
Yeah. Can you show me that, please?
Show you
I'm not showing anyone my phone. Like, what? Why would I?
what?
You don't have Meet Me on your phone.
I don't think so, no.
You can't show me you have Meet Me? You're trying to delete it, but I screen record everything, bud.
What?
Do you have Meet Me on your phone? Be honest.
Meet
Do you
me?
have
Yeah.
meat? What's?
No.
The app. Go to your apps.
It's everything.
Text the decoy phone right now. I'm gonna text his phone. Text his thing.
What is this?
Where's Baja going? She has to go back to work. Like, she's been living with me during COVID, but she has to go back and work. She lives like an hour away. So she's got to go back to the university and work again. Because she's a fourth-year PhD student. She works in a lab and does experiments and stuff, and she's got to go back because the lab's reopening.
What's this about?
Just, can you text the Meet Me?
I have
Can you
no
go to the
time
apps?
for this shit. Like, what's this about?
Listen, can you just show me the app and you go to your
No,
apps?
I don't have to show you. That is my app.
I mean, I can call the cops if that's
What are you
what I
calling
need
the
to
cops
do.
for?
Because I have the whole chat log. So do you want to just show me and we could talk about this?
Meet me what? I don't know what you're
An
talking
hour and a
about. I'm
half
going to
away,
detox
chat.
right now.
Let me
And
see that
that's with
picture.
no traffic.
Show me that picture. Pull that picture up real quick.
How about you take that camera out of my face?
It's
dude?
legal. I can
I don't give a
record.
fuck what it is, dude.
Is it a Predator Trapper channel that, like,
Sit
does
here,
the Chris
Phil.
Well,
Hansen
listen,
thing?
listen. Someone's here to meet a 14-year-old girl, okay?
It's not me, bro.
Listen, I'm just telling you. I caught a
Hand to God, dude.
44.
I will fucking. I do time. Like, I don't fuck with that kind of shit. Like, I'm going to detox right now, dude.
Ah,
Alright.
I'm gonna assume it's a
like,
Predator channel.
I would fucking love to hit a fucking catch a Skinner on the block and fucking rip his fucking head off.
You don't drive, right? Hell no.
No, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That can't be. You don't drive.
That's hilarious. I just relapsed like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, don't stop destroying your life, man.
They got the wrong guy, and that guy was going to a
Don't destroy your life, bro.
Back on the fucking
You'll get weekends at least. It's not the worst. Could be the other side of the world. True. Still, kind of sucks.
PhD students don't get the weekends off.
Candidate.
Yeah, but PhD students don't get the weekends off either. My schedule is based on my mice and my experiments. Whether that means I go in at 4 in the morning or 24 hours a day. Like, we have a little cot to sleep in our break room. So yeah.
Golfer hits golf ball into the crowd twice. Yikes. She does experiments on stem cells in fetal mice.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Are we allowed to know what the goal of the experiments are? It's 2020, Hannah. I'd not be surprised if aliens kidnapped Baja or something like that. Oh, don't say that. I hope that doesn't happen.
First slideshow, with the slides of feedback. Need first aid.
Yeah, they're coming.
On the way.
They have first aid on the way. Can we ask you all to move back over here, please?
Yikes.
What
That's
would be a
unfortunate.
successful week here in Milwaukee?
Reporter being condescending to Tiger Woods. Baha, make me a clone of Shakey's Pizza. I understood that reference.
Two things. I think if I play 4 solid rounds, we'll go off to a good start today. If I can do that for 3 more days, I'll be very happy, and a victory would be awfully nice too.
There's nothing
victory.
funny about the tools of
Do
capitalism.
you think, to me, that comes off as a little cocky or brash, especially to
Who says to the face of a competitive player in any sport, whether it be golf or basketball or NASCAR or like whatever, pick any sport, and the person says in the interview, hopefully we can pull out a victory, hopefully you can pull out a win. What reporter in sports says to them, you really think you can win? That's why they're here. Who says that? That's such a jerk move.
talking to the other guys on tour that have been out here for years and years and years, and certainly an incredible amateur record. But what do you say to those guys?
Well,
When you come out here, you know what I'm saying, your
I
first
understand.
pro tournament, and you say, I can win.
Oh, I understand that.
It's sports. They're competitive. That's kind of the point, right? If you don't go into your tournaments thinking, I can win this, what are you even doing? Then you're not going to win, right? Like, that's kind of part of being the top of your sport, is almost being cocky to a fault, right? It's just weird to me that a reporter would be all up in arms like, oh, you think you can win this tournament? Like a villain in an 80s sports movie or something. It's just weird.
just figured that why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win? There's really no point in even going. That's the attitude I've had my entire life, and that's the attitude I will always have. As I would explain to my dad, second sucks, and third's even worse. That's just a feeling
But
I
on
have.
tour, that's not too bad sometimes, though.
That's not too bad, but I want to win. That's just my nature.
You'll learn.
What an asshole! You think this guy ever was like, wow, I was a real jerk? Because of course Tiger Woods went on to be, I don't know the current world of golf. I don't know where Tiger Woods stands today, but for a long chunk of time, Tiger Woods was like the best golf player in the world. And you're really being like, you'll learn, kid. Like, come on. Competitiveness is part of the game, regardless of what the game is. This guy's life problems is leaking out. Yeah.
I'm just kidding you. I'm sorry I had to say that.
I don't know if, let me see. What did it say what year that was? Tiger Woods being condescended to. I know we can talk about Tiger Woods being a absolute like jerk in his real life because he like cheated on his wife or something, but interviewing being condescending to Tiger Woods. Does this have any more context? Kudos to Tiger Woods standing his ground. Condescending to Tiger Woods. I'm wondering how he did in that tournament. I think they said 96. Dream Scythe, thank you for subscribing. 4-month streak. My business law professor just used stealing Windows XP as an example for something. Let me see. OP's dude is bad, but the guy was even worse just a year later. Oh no, was he condescending to Tiger Woods again later?
Well, pretty impressive. Little boy's driving it well, he's putting well, he's doing everything it takes to win. So you know what you guys do when he gets in here? Pat him on the back, say congratulations, enjoy it, and tell him not to serve fried chicken next year. Got it. All right.
Oh, he's racist, too. Fantastic. That explains a lot. The interviewer is Curtis Strange, who was a very famous golfer himself. He did, in fact, learn, as everyone else did, on the PGA Tour at the time. Up until that point, golf was dominated by a bunch of white dudes with dad bods. Then Tiger came around. He brought an element of athleticism that golf had never seen before. He wasn't just beating everyone. He was making a mockery of all the golf courses and every other player. He was beating them by embarrassing margins. They all learned very quickly. Anyway. Tetsuyo Dragneel. Here's Cringe. I think of Trump completely ignoring this lady's question and going on about COVID when she said her mom died of breast cancer. Oh, God. We'll save that if we get Cringe again. Although, I can't just play ABC News clips. I don't think I can do that. Although everyone in the chat, check out that link because I did see that prior and Trump is an idiot. So there's a rowing team. Looks like they're coming towards the dock accidentally. Ooh.
It's okay, girls. Okay. Keep rowing, get to the line. You're facing my time.
She like flew out of the boat, right?
There you go.
Yay!
Oh man, she really grinded that baby in.
What's that end of it?
Collegiate rowing teams are interesting to me. It's interesting that it's obviously like a tradition at some schools, the rowing team. It's so interesting that it's such a thing in certain colleges, but that doesn't expand to like the, I don't want to say the real world, because in many ways college, I mean, look at college football, that's huge, and it's collegiate sports, but it's just interesting to me that rowing has this like rich collegiate tradition, but that isn't a thing in non-college settings usually. It's interesting.
You ruined it for them! Oh, come on. Keep going, girls! Keep going!
Private high school had a rowing team. Yeah. Seems like a private high school thing. Guys, like, if you're in the way, you need to move. Come on.
Back it up! Get off the race course! Come on!
Oh no, move! Move!
Yes! Move!
Oh, this is anxiety-inducing. Oh. You're gonna be in these guys. Oh no! Come
and
on!
this other boat's barreling down.
They're gonna hit you too! Why? Oh, you're taking, you're rowing like a... Get out of the way! Back up right now!
Oh God, what are you doing?
You guys need to hold up. Wait up, guys. Watch out, that's a race boat in front of you. Oh my God, this other boat.
Stop! Stop! Oh my God!
What is going on this day? Why is everyone doing so bad at running into each other?
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
This reminds me of the time Republicans literally sank ships just to win a race and then blamed the left for not being ready for the right literally sinking them. I don't know anything about rowing, so I don't know why these boats are where they are and why there's so much trepidation, why they're running into each other, but...
Oh, you guys all right? Row it.
Row it, girls, go! Stop!
I hope you got this. You got it all? Oh, good. You need to send that to ridiculousness.
Oh no!
Oh no! Again! This is worse than domino. Keep rowing, girls. Get out of the way.
They decided to play Age of Empires, apparently. I don't get that joke. MMO Addicted reminded me of the Trump boat parade. Oh, which ended up sinking because they refused to comply. Yeah.
Come on, move out!
Like, I don't know anything about rowing, but shouldn't you have someone who kind of, like, looks out for obstacles and making sure that you're lined up with the course in an ideal way? It seems like they're all just going in a straight line and they're surprised when they run into something, despite the fact that the river is clearly not a straight line. I don't know.
Move out! We're still racing! Move out!
If you don't know how to row, don't row, man. Exactly.
There needs to be a boat down here. Just move! Just keep getting out! Get out!
Wow.
DJ Khaled trying to speak Arabic. Bumper boats with canoes.
Can you tell everybody what this is?
This is the baklava, sir.
What is it?
Baklava, Greek.
Arabic, we call it baklava.
Baklava.
The tools of capitalism.
No. It was that rich people's boats at the Trump rally created wake that sunk the smaller middle class boats. Isn't it nice when things mirror life? DJ Khaled tries to get the crowd hyped but gets booed off the stage. What, wait, is there a reason people hate DJ Khaled? I'm saying his name weird, I know. Like, do they not like him for some reason? DJ Khaled! Like, why don't they like him? I don't know anything about music or people who perform music usually.
Hey, sing this! Shut it up! Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. 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 Working all winter, shining all
narcissistic.
Summer. I ain't no beginner youth. To take it to them. Hands up. I'm getting
All I care about is money in the city that I'm from.
Sing it!
Another one.
I said, shut me off. But guess what? This was your fucking fault! You're the one who paid to be here!
Actually, this
This is a D&D game someone's playing, or some sort of tabletop. I guess it doesn't have role playing gets really awkward. Oh no, D&D cringe. This is gonna be rough. Let me put on my D&D hat for this one.
Glad you came here.
Hey, me too. You know, this was actually the first place that popped up. I wasn't even trying to think of anywhere to go. It was just like, bam. You know, it's like right there.
There's nothing funny about
He smiles and he says,
Not this one, skip it please. I haven't seen it. What is it? Is it something that, oh, there's a, oh no. Oh no, there's a sexual assault thing that happens? Okay, what? Don't,
There's nothing
look,
funny about the
folks.
tools of capitalism.
The GM has their character assaulted? Oh, God. Okay, I'm glad I have my D&D hat on. Let me talk about something for a little bit. As someone who's both been a player and a DM, I haven't DM'd a ton, but, you know, I've done some sessions, and I hope to continue to do so in the future.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Never, ever involve that sort of thing, that kind of assault in your D&D game. It's one thing maybe if, like, you got together before the game and you all had discussions about what themes and things are okay within the game, and if everyone at the table agrees that these things are okay, which is very unlikely, but let's say you find that group of edgelords who think it's okay, I guess whatever. But especially if it's like something like this person is doing where it's being broadcast, do not put these things in your game. It is ridiculous. This GM is the creator of Dungeon World. This is a very controversial vid. It's so bad. Yeah, I bet. And certainly never, ever, 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 ever have this happen to a character in your game. Like, people get attached to their D&D characters, like, for good reason. I mean, it's a really fun game, but you spend a lot of time playing as these characters, role-playing as them, and they just become very close to people, right? The idea that you as the GM, or another player character even, the idea that you are going to assault that person's character sexually is disgusting. It's gross. There's no reason to do it, ever. It's hurtful. It's gross. It's try-hard, edgy nonsense. It makes you look bad. It makes the game look bad. Do not do it. Period. D&D is like a fun game, right? Or whatever tabletop game you happen to be playing. It's a fun time with friends to get around and sort of tell a collective story, and then you have combat moments where it's sort of a strategy game. And it's a great thing, and it's open to so many people. And we're in like a golden age of tabletop games. So many people are into them, especially due to the popularity of things like Stranger Things, where it was featured heavily in the first season. Like, it's an awesome thing. But if you're going to come in here and try and edgelord it up and literally, like, tell stories about assaulting the characters that your friends spent so much time thinking about and pretending to be, you're a bad person. You're not just a bad DM. You are a bad person who needs help. It's so disgusting. Freaking Out 99, this is why I'm afraid of branching out to find new groups on forums. I'm afraid of chuds. Yeah, I get how that could be a concern. Different cringe since the ABC clip could cause issues. After being introduced... Oh, okay, this requires context. A lot of people are calling this cringe. Guys, did you even read it? So Biden plays Despacito here. Guys, he's playing Despacito because he was being introduced by the guy who does the song Despacito. Did you not even read it? He's not just randomly like, oh, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, let me play Despacito. It's because the guy who introduced him 5 seconds ago is the guy who does Despacito. Like, chuds are spreading this to make Biden look bad and ignoring the fact that he was just introduced by the guy that does Despacito. Do not fall for this shit. You're like literally doing like whatever. Fun fact, the guy wrote a bunch of sensitivity stuff for Tabletop. Yikes.
Because, you know, he puts his...
So he goes over to him.
And he reaches over. Temperature sensors all go haywire for just a second.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. Do not include sexual assault in your tabletop game. Not cool.
Dear woman, we stand before you today as men committed to becoming more conscious in every way.
We feel deep love, great respect, and a growing sense of worship for the gifts of the feminine. We also feel deep sorrow about the destructive actions of the unconscious masculine in the past and present.
We want to apologize and make amends for those actions today, so that we can move forward together into a new era of co-creation.
Okay, so they're like new age weirdos. Like, it's fine to be an ally and a feminist, but they're just doing it in a weird new agey way.
I become more conscious. I grow more aware of the play of masculine and feminine energy. In me,
wait, with tantric sex.
Oh no. I know that we all have access to the full spectrum of these energies. I also have a growing awareness of the dimension beyond all dualities, free and open like the sky.
I commit to owning and stewarding a masculinity that honors and celebrates us as equals.
I know that in order to truly honor you as a multidimensional woman,
I must stand fully present with myself and own the gifts I have to share with you.
we can create great miracles together.
By nurturing each other in a conscious way.
This is turning culty, folks. This is very culty.
By treating each other with reverence and respect.
What does tantric sex mean? Tantric sex is sex in which you withhold your climax, and if you do this regularly, you can wind up like engaging in straight sexual intercourse. I say straight. I guess it could be tantric and be, you know, gay, but like typically it was popularized by people like Sting, who engages in this. You can have like sessions of sex that last like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And that's what tantric sex is.
Being the divinity expressed in the masculine and the feminine energies.
As men, our relationship to the feminine has often been unconscious. I feel sorrow that women and feminine energy have for so long been subjugated and oppressed.
Throughout history, men have raped and abused you, burned you at the stake.
Look, again, I'm all for feminism and being an ally and all sorts of stuff. Making this video, not helping. You just sound creepy, okay? And including like edited in things of like, oh god, this goes on for like 7 more minutes. Editing in footage of like the crucible and someone getting burned at the stake. That's not helping.
Bought and sold your bodies for sexual pleasure.
Barred you from religious and political office.
Relegated you to subservient chores.
Okay. I'm good.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.